Thank you, Madam President, and you can certainly understand the concern that some members of the Senate have when they see bills like this, because make no mistake about it, there are some members of this legislature that see oil as the enemy to our state and to our country and to climate change. And, you know, if we could change from our oil consumption to alternative forms of energy in the next 3 or 4 years, or in the next 12, as some Democratic presidential candidates claim that we can do, we could be having this discussion. But, you know, for the first time in our history, we are an oil exporter. We're not a net oil importer. And my friends, we need some competition, because we have many members of our community, especially mine, that are blue-collar workers that have to buy gas to get to and from their workplaces. Some of you live in coastal communities where gasoline prices are not a big issue. But gasoline prices are a big issue in my community, where I have blue-collar workers that sometimes drive over 150 miles round trip to go to work. I have senior citizens that have to choose between buying gasoline and buying food or buying medicine. So the competition that we have as being a net oil exporter and utilizing the natural resources of not only California but the United States has been a very positive thing. It's very upsetting to me when I see friends that go to states like Tennessee in the past couple of weeks and take pictures of the cost of gasoline at $2.25 a gallon. And where are we? We're still in the fours, closer to $5 a gallon, depending on the time of year that you check on the prices of gasoline. We're pricing the middle class out of business in the state of California. And while this is just adding more regulations, the more regulations that you add on an industry, the more onerous it is and more expensive it is for them to exist, not only in California but in the United States. And these businesses will find the path to least resistance to where they can make a profit and at the same time adhere to highly progressive and appropriate health and safety regulations, allowing an industry to thrive as best we can. My colleagues have made a very clear point that bringing oil in from countries that hate our guts, countries that, if you're LGBT, will sentence you to death or to prison, puts us at more risk of having disastrous oil spills on our beautiful coasts and our beautiful bays. We need to look at everything in totality. And while I understand and I appreciate my friend who's saying this is an evolving regulatory scheme, it is not relative to the health and safety of our residents as it pertains to the importation of the same. And so we need to look at this globally. We need to look at this comprehensively. And based on the regulations that are being purported, it's putting our petroleum industries at a significant disadvantage that are already dealing with some of the strongest safety regulations known to the planet. So for those reasons, let's kind of protect those industries that are following the rules, that are making us more energy independent, that are providing hopefully the volume of petroleum that will allow us to really compete and provide a lower cost energy source for many of our residents in the state of California, a third of whom live close or near the poverty line, that are having trouble making ends meet month to month. For those reasons, let's not add more burdens to them. Let's vote no on AB 1440.